Hi guys, it's Lita. So I wanted to do a video on the diet that I always say Dyatlov, but it's not right. So it is the
Dyatlov.
It's the Dyatlov Pass. I think it's known as the Devil's Pass. And that is also a horror movie that they did about the Dyatlov Pass. And for those of you that don't know about the Dyatlov Pass, I will sum it up for you real quick. So the Dyatlov Pass Incident was an event in which 9 Russian hikers died in the North Ural Mountains between the 1st and 2nd of February 1959 in uncertain circumstances. The experienced trekking group, who were all from the Ural Polytech Institute, had established a camp on the slopes of
Dyatlov
in an area now named in honor of the group's leader, Igor Dyatlov. During the night, something caused them to cut their way out of their tent and flee the campsite while inadequately dressed from heavy snowfall and sub-zero temperatures. After the group's bodies were discovered, an investigation by Soviet authorities deemed that 6 had died from hypothermia, while the other 3 had been killed by physical trauma. One of the victims had major skull damage, 2 had severed chest trauma, and another had a small crack in the skull. 4 of the bodies were found lying in running water in a creek, and 3 of these had soft tissue damage of the head and face. 2 of the bodies were missing their eyes, 1 was missing its tongue, and 1 was missing its eyebrows. The investigation concluded that a compelling natural force had caused the deaths. Numerous theories have been put forward to account for unexplained deaths, including animal attacks, hypothermia, avalanche, Baltic winds, infrasound-induced panic, military involvement, or some of the combination of these. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this is, as of late, a week ago, they have done some more investigations, Russia's done more investigations on this, and they're concluding that the cause of this was because of an avalanche. So I have another article to read to you guys, but I'm not buying it. I'm just going to say that before I get into the article that I have. And this article is by National Geographic. I don't know why I pluralized that. But it is, has science solved one of the greatest adventure mysteries? So the bizarre death of the hikers in Russia's Dyatlov Pass have inspired countless conspiracies, but the answer may lie in an elegant computer model based on a surprising source. So it says a 62-year-old adventure mystery has prompted conspiracy theories around the Soviet military experiments. Yetis and even extraterrestrial contact may have its best, most sensible explanation yet. One found in a series of avalanche simulations based in part on a car crash experiment and the animation used in the movie Frozen. In an article published today in the journal Communication, Earth and Environment, researchers present data pointing to the likelihood that a bizarrely small, delayed avalanche may have been responsible for the gruesome injuries and deaths of 9 experienced hikers who had never returned from a planned 200-mile adventure in Russia's Ural Mountains in the winter of 1959. And what has become known as the Dyatlov Pass Incident, 10 members of the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Yekaterinburg, 9 students and 1 sports instructor who fought in World War II headed into the frigid wilderness on a skiing mountaineering expedition on January 23, 1959. 1 student with back pain turned back, but the rest, led by 23-year-old engineering student Igor Dyatlov, continued on, according to the camera film and personal diaries later found on the scene by investigators. So National Geographic is going to be paid to read like the rest of the article, and that's not like actually happening. So basically what Wikipedia says is Russia opened up a new investigation, and it concluded that it was an avalanche that led to the death of the hikers. Survivors of the avalanche had been forced suddenly to leave their camp in low visibility conditions with inadequate clothing and died of hypothermia. And Andrei Koryakov, deputy head of the regional prosecutor's office, said it was a heroic struggle. There was no panic. They had no chance to save themselves under the circumstances. A study published in 2021 suggested the type of avalanche is known as a slab avalanche could explain some of the injuries. Okay, I have a problem with that because like somebody's tongue got ripped out, somebody's eyes are missing, and then eyebrows, like that's weird. Also, like a lot of people said when they were present during the funerals of the hikers that were recovered, their skin was like a really weird tone that would make somebody, you know, like assume that like some sort of radiation happened to them or whatever, because it was kind of like a brownish tannish color, which people that have been hiking in the mountains covered up in all sorts of clothes would not be tan like all over their bodies or look tannish. You know what I mean? That's just doesn't happen. So I have a problem with like the stuff that's missing off of their body. Like I don't believe that an avalanche is going to rip your eyes out. Okay, maybe it's animals, but the pass itself is very inhospitable to anything, and I don't think that like animals would be like running up there and eating just eyeballs and tongues out. I could be wrong, but I also think it'd be really hard because of where they were found. They would probably most likely be pretty frozen, which would make getting any of those parts of the body out for an animal pretty hard, I would assume. Don't know, never ate eyeballs or tongue, so I can't really say. But I do think that it's weird that they're like trying to pin it on an avalanche now, and there's like a lot of theories about what happened in this pass. Personally, I think it's like some super weird shit, probably some like alien shit or military shit going on with that. Also, like they cut themselves out of their tent. I don't know if they would do that or have the thought to do that if there was an avalanche coming. Like I don't think they would have to cut themselves out of the tent. And like I just don't know. It seems like some of them weren't in their right mind, which is why they were losing their clothes, because when you're in the depths of hypothermia, you actually feel really hot and you start stripping stuff off. So I don't know. I don't think it's an avalanche. So it's so crazy that they're trying to use Frozen, like avalanche simulation in the movie Frozen, as an example of what could have happened in this pass. And I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Devil's Pass. It's pretty interesting. I'm not sure what the rating is on IMDb. Let me look that up real quick, because I like the movie, but that doesn't mean that it is a good movie. So it's got a 5.7, which isn't terrible, but not great. It is a found footage movie, so a lot of people hate on those. So, but I thought it was a decent movie. If you guys have ever seen it, or you want to see it, or are curious about this incident at all, it shows what people like that were trying to investigate what happened to the original hikers go through. And like I said, it's found footage, so I thought it was okay. And I also read that like in 2016 they found somebody else's body up there that had gone up to where the hikers were. Some tourists, like they just like found them up there. I didn't really find too much else on that. Just in 2016 somebody else was found at that pass, deceased. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the article that National Geographic and incidentally the Smithsonian put out as well, saying that it's probably an avalanche. I don't think so, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on other social media. My links will be posted in the description box down below. Hit that notification bell so you guys know when I upload. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.